Glover Teixeira versus Jiri Prochazka takes place this weekend in the main event of UFC 275, Teixeira versus Prochazka, and I can't wait for this main event this weekend. To be honest with you, this week doesn't really feel like the build-up to a big pay-per-view card. It's not the strongest of pay-per-views. Maybe if Whittaker versus Vettori was still on the card, it would feel that way. However, I'm really looking forward to this main event. It holds the whole card together. Really can't wait to see Jiri Prochazka perform again, and Glover Teixeira attempt to make his first defense of his World Championship in the light heavyweight division. I really want Jiri to win. I really badly want Jiri Prochazka to go out there against Glover Teixeira and have an amazing performance and become a world champion, because the fact is, the light heavyweight division is so much more interesting with Jiri Prochazka as a champion over Glover Teixeira. He's already got more followers than Glover. If he becomes a champion, I imagine he'll sort of spike towards that 1 million follower range. I really think we've got a chance of a promotable light heavyweight champ, which we haven't really had since John Jones left the division. Jan Blachowicz was okay, but it was the best of a bad situation, and he had a win over Israel Adesanya, and that really did boost his name value massively. But Jiri is a real promotable star of that division. His fighting style is that of a light heavyweight Tony Ferguson, which just sells itself. He's crazy, he charges forward, and that's easy to say for Tony Ferguson fighting lightweights, because smaller divisions, they don't hit as hard, but this guy charges forward like a prime Tony Ferguson at times against some of the heaviest hitters in the sport. Like really powerful guys, like heavyweights. Not quite heavyweights, he's not probably going to charge forward against Francis Ngannou, or maybe he would, but he's doing this against big light heavyweight guys. Ozdemir's got power, and he just sort of marched him down in certain moments. Went crazy on him. Same with Dominic Reyes. He has power as well. He put away Jared Cannonier in their fight pretty easily in the first round. And Jiri just charges these guys down and deals with them. It's really scary. I want him to win. I want him to go out there and decapitate Glover Teixeira in the first round with a flying knee. But Glover's going to take him down and submit him in the first round. And it's annoying. And it really hurts me. But Jiri's ground game is not all that good. And his escapes from being on bottom are worrying, to say the least, at times, because he just sort of explodes aggressively with his hips, because he is a physical freak of a man. Crazy reach, 80-inch reach in light heavyweight division, pretty ridiculous. He's really, really in great shape. He's a physical specimen. He's really explosive. He's really fast. On the ground, he popped up against Dominic Reyes by just sort of like smashing his hips up into Reyes and then turning over and ending up on top and doing some damage there. I feel like if he tries that kind of get-up against Glover Teixeira, the one that he's tried previously in his career, he's going to end up getting his back taken by Teixeira, because Teixeira is a master at taking the back when people try and roll over like that. And I think it's going to be a first-round rear naked choke for Teixeira. I like Jiri Prochazka. I didn't pick him in his debut against Ozdemir because I looked at some of the opponents that he'd taken on and I thought, well, you know, Nemkov was sort of controlling him on the ground. Fair play, Nemkov quit at the end of the first round because he was destroyed by Yuri's damage that he landed. And Yuri's damage is going to be a big factor here, because when he hits people, their faces change. Simple as that. Like, yeah, he's not KOing everyone with one punch, but when he lands on their face, swollen eye, broken orbital, smashed nose, like against Dominic Reyes. Reyes landed as good as he took in that fight, but Reyes' face and Yuri's face were completely different. I don't know how this guy is conditioning his face, but he is the light heavyweight Tony Ferguson, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's like ramming his face into a Czech Republic tree on the weekends or something like that to condition himself for damage. But his damage that he's going to cause is a factor here. I just don't know how much he can get off before Glover resorts to that double leg takedown that's worked for him so far in his career. So I'm gonna go with Glover. Yuri's been taken down a lot. Even Carl Albertson earlier in his career, a great contender now. I think he's coming up at Bellator at the moment, doing quite well there. Nemkov's now the Bellator world champion, of course. Well, kind of outside of that Corey Anderson performance, but as of right now, he is technically the light heavyweight champion of Bellator, and was previously as well, at least. They're not bad opponents, but like Glover can grapple as well, and Glover's jiu-jitsu is where he separates himself. Those guys are going to take you down, and they're going to lay on top of you in full guard, and they're going to get a bit of a breather, and they're going to punch you in the body a couple of times and punch you in the head a couple of times. Glover's got you on the ground. He's cranking your neck down to your chest so you can't really breathe too well, making it uncomfortable, landing some shots, passing over into half guard, making you try and scramble, tries to take another position, lands more big shots, looks to take the back. I just don't see Jiri surviving those ground exchanges. I want him to go out there and destroy Glover Teixeira. There's just a weakness that has been shown in his game. And it's not like a weakness where, he can improve it. It's like he just does physical things to escape those positions. I know he does have some submissions in his career as well. I think he has a triangle choke against some random guy over at Rise. And some of the competition that he took on was quite low level. Others were quite high level, of course. He can be KO'd himself. He's been rocked in both of his UFC fights so far. He got rocked badly against Özdemir. Really badly against Özdemir in the first round on a couple of occasions. Took it well, did his whole gimmicky stuff where, not gimmick, but like did his whole thing where he's like, no, and all this. But dude, you were jelly-legged and rocked in the first round of that Özdemir fight. You got rocked against Dominic Reyes as well. So this isn't like, while it's on the feet, Glover's got no chance. Glover has power in his hands. He puts down Anthony Smith in their fight, drops him really badly. Anthony Smith doesn't really get dropped in fights, doesn't really get rocked either. He's got a good chin, and Glover sat him down with big shots. Like, Glover does this to people. He's got big power and really tight hooks as well, which I think is going to work against Jiri, because Jiri's striking style is to crash forward against opponents, putting them under pressure, and I think that just works for the reactionary style of Glover. If he gets put under pressure, he can double leg takedown and like sort of crash into Jiri and get him to the ground immediately. Perfect for him. If he crashes forward against Glover and Glover wants to stand, he's got tight hooks that he follows up with combos on. And that's what he does best. And that's how King Mo KO'd Jiri. And I know Jiri was just sort of walking into King Mo like his controller disconnected, but still, that's his style of fight. I feel like the straight shots that Reyes was hitting him with, they were good, but Jiri's prepared to take them. He's charging forward, he keeps his chin reasonably tucked, he hits things with his forehead quite a bit as well, and he can kind of take those shots, get his head snapped back a bit, and then continue to charge, because people aren't really going to have too much power trying to load up straight shots on the back foot and stuff like that. But if Glover just plants his feet and has the option of a double leg and a tight hook with power, I think he can crack Jiri on the feet as well, and I think that's going to have Jiri worried, second-guessing, not wanting to pressure as much, taking a little bit of a time off for a minute or two. I just really hope Jiri wins. I really want him to win. I want him to kill Glover, not kill. Not kill, of course. But, like, you know. Know what I'm saying? Finish him. Brutally. No more in the sport from Glover. I don't want this old man ruining the light heavyweight division's credibility. It's horrible. Okay? I want Jiri. Weirdo, samurai, on one leg, on top of a mountain, wind blowing through his fucking antenna on his head. I want Jiri as the light heavyweight champ. But I'm 50-50. I'm leaning Glover. And they have dared. The odds makers have dared to make Jiri Prochazka a 2-1 favourite. Like we haven't learned from Glover being an underdog in the past. If anything, Blachowicz has shown a better idea of ground game than Jiri has in his own career. Not Glover, Blachowicz has shown a better ground game in his own career than Jiri has. And Blachowicz got taken down and manhandled in that fight. Manhandled on the ground. I just worry about Jiri here. Glover's good. He's still in shape. There is a thing where maybe he's old enough to where he's going to pick up some injuries in camp, and that's going to give Jiri an advantage, and Jiri's going to be in peak physical condition. He's not going to have too many injuries and stuff like that. And to be fair, he does look in the best shape he's ever been with, and there is a factor of him training with Henry Cejudo and doing some work with John Jones as well to work on his grappling and stuff like that. But I don't see it working out for him. When you look at the external factors here outside of their styles, which I've already broken down, Jiri's title shot. He's been waiting for this his whole career. Glover, this is just another fight for him. Time to defend my belt. If I lose it, oh well, I've got my championship belt. Just time to sharpen, get some more money. If I don't win, I don't win. I still get all the money from a title defense. It's not like he gets a win bonus. For Jiri, there's so much to gain for him here. His whole life working towards this moment. whole life working towards this moment to get the world championship. And he's got to go out there. And Glover's there. And he's got to worry about both being KO'd and being taken down. Whereas Glover just has to worry about like things on the feet. It's just something less to worry about for Glover. And so much stress on Jiri Prochazka and so much to worry about for Jiri Prochazka. I think it's going to build up. And sure, he might go crazy mode and just dispatch Glover in the first round, but I can see him being hesitant a bit here. Hesitant to trade. He was a little bit more hesitant against Volkan Ozdemir, a little bit more reckless against Dominic Reyes. I feel like that's because maybe he felt less power from Dominic Reyes and felt more power from Volkan Ozdemir, most likely. So I guess we're going to find out real soon, based on his style, how much power he assumes Glover has. But, just a takedown. It's just there. And Jiri's been taken down by Reyes as he crashes forward. And I know he's going to be more prepared for it. And he does have good uppercuts and knees. And if you're going to pick Jiri to win by KO, I would pick an uppercut or a flying knee. That's probably the best bet. I don't think he's going to be landing those straight shots on Glover Teixeira. And Teixeira has shown that he is open to uppercuts. Rumble Johnson KO'd him with an uppercut. Gustafsson KO'd him with multiple uppercuts in their fight at the end of theirs. It's there for you. If you want to land shots on Glover, the uppercut is there. But it takes a lot to set that up. And Glover's stand-up is good. High guard, lots of feints, pressures forward. We'll see who pressures. That's a big deal in this fight. We'll see who pressures in this fight. But with all of these unknown questions of what's going to happen, and it's 50-50, who gets their game off, I'm leaning Glover. Experience at the top. Pressure-wise, he's going to have less pressure on himself. He's got more options to win as well, in my opinion. And how can you make him a big underdog there? These are the underdogs you take, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but these are the underdogs you take. I've had the same theory about Charles Oliveira. Gaethje a favourite, or was Gaethje even a favourite? Gaethje might have been a favourite. Poirier was a favourite. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking like, but Oliveira, the options. The pressure's not so much on him. He's got more ways to win. Like, it's such a factor in fights nowadays. More ways to win will win you fights. Simple as that. Even Ngannou had to mix it up against Cyril Gane and use his grappling. Even though I think Gane should have won according to the scoring criteria of MMA. Usman, more ways to win. Oliveira, more ways to win. Aljamain Sterling, more ways to win. Davison had to mix in grappling against Moreno to have that one go his way. It's just, it's the way of the sport right now, unless you're in a division as weak as middleweight and you have a boob growing off of you because you've taken roids. Most other divisions, you have to mix stuff up. You have to be a bit more versatile. And sure, the heavier weight classes, you know, that one-punch KO power can carry you a little bit, like we see with Ngannou at times. But I don't see Jiri winning this, man. He's the one who has to react to everything. He's the one who has to think about everything, think about what's going to happen. Glover knows Jiri's going to come crashing forward trying to get him. And he can deal with that, and you can game plan around that. But we'll see how it goes. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. The winner of this one, though, really looking forward to the future of the light heavyweight division if Jiri wins. If Glover wins, I'll cry, I'll rage, I'll be angry, I'll be extremely upset. Although my prediction will be correct as an underdog pick, I'll be extremely upset, I'll hurt myself, I'll chuck myself maybe. I don't know, well, I'm not going to do that to myself, but like, I'll chuck myself maybe in front of a mini car. So I won't die, but I'll probably experience incredible pain. I was going to say truck, but that's death. I don't want to die. But like, a little Mini Cooper maybe. Chuck myself in front of one of them. Maybe get an insurance claim or something like that. Who knows? But if Jiri wins, the future of the light heavyweight division is amazing. Jiri versus Ankalaev in Abu Dhabi. Don't really want that. Ankalaev wouldn't be the best to have, to be honest with you. But, you know, Jiri versus Blachowicz in Poland, in Europe, anywhere. In the Czech Republic, who knows? That'd be a really good matchup. And then maybe Adesanya versus Jiri. Oh, that sells itself. Even if Adesanya just does the next few fights leg kicking at range as usual and losing his stock even more. The marketing for Jiri versus Adesanya, if Jiri finishes Glover here, is a big, big fight and a massive matchup. So that's what I'd look forward to. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button up there. Toodle pip. I'll see you later. Goodbye.